you speak to me again?
Yes.
So we're starting the new app here. And basically what we have is we have an app that's scanning online radio stations, randomly picked, and it's working its way through them with a radio delay control, which you control. You've got your radio delay control, which you control the speed of the audio that's coming through there. You have your echo volume to put the echo on. Somehow in between the echo, when you have the audio coming through and then you mix in the echo and your own voice, sometimes you get voices, EVPs and things that come out through that. So just to keep that in mind, I've run things in the past without echo and I have got captures, but it does seem to elevate the quality and the amount of captures by using the echo. We could hypothesize why, but if you can, and you can use an external speaker, I've got an external speaker here, which is a Bluetooth speaker. You can use one that you just plug in. I've got it over here out the way just to stop it from getting too much feedback into the app itself. I want a little bit of feed loop, but not too much. You've got your echo pitch, which if you get the usual screechy way, you just reduce this pitch down slightly, and this will help with your captures. If we click into the settings here, we've got the echo boost, we've got 32K and 64K here. You've got your EMF meter sensitivity. Now that will be dependent on your phone or device. It has to have a certain setup inside that it can detect EMF. Don't listen to people who tell you that phones and devices cannot detect EMF. I have seen firsthand that it can, but it is dependent on the device that you're using. Not every device can do it. So if we go back to your settings here, you see the EMF part is here, and you've got a calibration and things that you can do at the same time. So you see it's flashing on the first green here, but I'm not going to use it. I don't need to use it for what I'm doing here. I like the design. The design's really nice. It actually looks like a handheld box, so it's been really well done. It's by Mark Coltis. Like I said, as people know, I use the Voxbox by Mark Coltis, and I can tell you right now, guys, I speak to a lot of people in the field, and usually I get them on webcam or I get them over voice chat, and I can usually tell quite fast whether a research is genuine, or whether a researcher knows what he's talking about, and whether his intentions moving forward are for that and the benefit of everyone. And this guy, Mark Coltis, I've just spoke to him the other day. I spoke to him before. He knows what he's talking about. He understands the communication process, and he's got great hypothesis on how to communicate, and he knows a lot of other things as well. So, and this is different from the Voxbox. The Voxbox, as you know, you're going to put your own sound banks into bank B. That's great, and you won't need a signal, an internet signal or anything like that to move forward. If you've got a normal kind of box that you're going to use on a location, whether you've got a signal or not, you should still get voices through. If you want Spirit to use bit parts of radio stations that come through to form words, you would still need an area where you were picking up some sort of radio wave that could be used. I don't believe Spirit needs to use it. It's a lot of people who are more skeptical prefer not to have the radio stations there, and I completely understand that and respect that point of view as well. There's so many ways for this communication work to go ahead, and you know, we've all got our own ways that we like to do it. I like this one because it's online radio. There's not too much static. But on the flip side, sometimes, yes, I do like using static because you get voices through the static. So, I mean, they're different tools from different jobs. Obviously, I would have to use this new app on the Samsung S8 phone, because I'd want to utilise the 4G so that I could connect to the internet, or if I have a Wi-Fi area on a location, I will probably use it to run like I'm doing just now in the house here. So you do need an internet connection if you're going to use this, because it is using online radio. Now the good thing about this is you're not just stuck with your sound banks, and it will give Spirit more of a chance in real time to use snippets in here to form coherent, intelligent replies coming forward. So it gives it a different angle completely, and I quite like that. I quite like the thought behind it. I have run tests. I've run one test where I've got 14 captures. Some of them may be just coincidental, if you believe in coincidences, but we'll see. All we could do is build the files up at this point. I have run a private test where I did not record, and I got a lot of personal things through, you could say, from that one. Things that I'm probably not going to share, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, there was a few things of interest to me on a personal level that might be some type of validation that, yeah, they can use this device to communicate with us. So this app's just a few days out. You can try it for free. I did start it for free. I was so excited just to get right in there into the guts of it and start working that I did purchase it. It's got a time limit on it, and I wanted to use the echo and really start pushing down this echo route with some of the ITC work. So you know, I got it for something, what was it, £4 sterling. It's not an expensive app compared to some other apps out there. This time, you know, you'll get to try it for free, and that may suit a lot of people. Please, guys, you have to use an audio device to record your sessions. I've just sat and run a few sessions, and although I can hear a few things coming through, I know for a fact that the best bulk of things coming through are going to come through when I do the analysis process. Slow it down, listen back, listen to my questions. What was I doing at the time? Is it relevant? You know, was I drinking my coffee and then it said coffee or tea or drink? All these kind of things come into play. You will hear things live. It will be great for doing that. But get yourself a little recorder or a phone to record your sessions and listen back, because it will shock you that between 80 and 90% of the good stuff you get is going to come back on analysis. And I keep saying this because people are fast to discount and say things don't work without doing that analysis process. Worse still, you actually get people who are cynics, who it doesn't work at all without even trying it. I mean, that is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous to claim something is just, oh, it's just radio stations, yous are all deluded, blah blah blah. That is ludicrous without picking up and testing it. You don't realise how crazy that sounds, and that is not scientific in the slightest. You know, so that is one angle that I just can't wrap my head around that. You know, Echovox, people know it was 24 months of testing and gathering files and getting validation before I really started pushing out to recommend it, because I knew it worked at that point. 24 months! I was going out to locations sometimes once a week. So, you know, you can see how many locations and private testings I'd done with Echovox. And I believe these things that Mark's coming out with are just as good as Echovox. I love Echovox. Echovox blazed the trail. I love it. I also love the concept behind the scanning radios, as long as it's snippets that's coming through, or maybe the odd word if Spirit can use it. But if Spirit is going to do that, obviously it would have to blow my socks off. It would have to be really relevant. And I did get some relevance last night. Only one example I'll give you from our private session is I had my feet reclined in the office here. I've got a little recliner over there. My feet reclined up, and I was listening, and I wasn't really asking questions. I tried a test of just, you know, sitting back and doing a few things and seeing if it validated it. And it come through the app, feet up. It said feet up. And I thought, whoa, that is quite coincidental for that to come through there. And there was a few other things that come through as well, which were coincidental to what I was doing at the time. So I've got real high hopes for this. But, of course, like I said there, it's going to have to be tested. And I'm going to have to run it on various locations, events, or wherever I am, and just to see what happens. So I'm going to run another session here. It's connected to the Bluetooth speaker. I'm already recording on this device here. That's my camcorder coming on. I'm recording from two angles on the video here. So I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to do echo boost, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to start it first actually. So it's preparing.
Kinds of battles.
And you can hear the radio.
Fighting as a youth.
Now this is staying on the station
There
longer.
you go.
Pure radio.
You know,
But then what we're going to do,
a city about.
we're going to bring this slider all the way over.
Is we.
Then we're going to add the echo in.
All the.
Now we want to get an electronic suit of sound coming through here to be manipulated.
Out.
Satellite.
Is it?
So I'm going to do a validation. Spirit, are you here?
This.
The document.
Can you give me your first name? Okay, can I now have a surname?
Being present.
Be present? Okay. It'd be great to get some validation before I stop this.
Begin.
Bottom.
Okay, Spirit, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Hey.
Echoes.
Echoes?
Echo.
Echo again. You could try that, but... Was that Mike?
It was
Jonathan.
Is it Jonathan?
And that's.
Do you know Jonathan?
E.
What am I drinking? Can you see what I'm doing?
What?
Will you speak to me again?
Yes.
Okay, Spirit, that's a bit long.
It's
Okay.
It's a
that'll
wrap.
do. Bye for now. It's a wrap. Okay, thank you.
I